Noorsign Books presents Ramadan Miracles, Stories of Faith Found in the Ordinary. 15,000 Steps, Part 3, What the Stairs Saw. Amman, Jordan. Tariq Al-Rashidi has been hiding a secret on the city's stairwells, delivering food boxes for 7 dinars a day while pretending to be an engineer. But when his son Omar follows him into the truth, the stairs that break his body will become the place where something else is finally healed. Tariq's head jerked up. "What?" "I followed you," Omar repeated. His eyes didn't flinch. "Last week, day before that khutbah about tying your camel." "From where?" Tariq asked. "From home," Omar said. "I told Mama I was going early to university. I waited by the bakery. I saw you leave with your backpack. I thought, I'll see which site he's on. Maybe I'll bring him coffee one day. Surprise him." He let out a breath that wasn't quite a laugh. "But you didn't go to a site." Heat flooded Tariq's face. "You don't—" "I saw you," Omar cut in, voice sharper than Tariq had ever heard from him. "I saw you take the service taxi to Sahab, walk into this warehouse with Charitable Society written on it. I saw you come out with that backpack so heavy you walked like an old man. I saw you climb stairs and deliver boxes until I got tired just watching. I saw you sit on a wall and eat dates from your pocket when you saw no one could see." He swallowed. "At first, I thought, maybe it's just volunteering. Ramadan khair. Then I saw Khalil give you an envelope every morning, and I realized this is your job." The word hung thin in the air. "It is work," Tariq said quietly. "Honest work, providing." "For 7 dinar a day?" Omar's voice cracked. 10 if you nearly die? Baba, you're diabetic, 55, fasting, climbing all of Amman so you can come home and talk about a stupid engineer that doesn't exist? "Watch your tone," Tariq snapped, the old authority kicking. "I am still your father." "I know," Omar said, tears finally spilling. He wiped his face with the back of his hand, breath shaky. "Do you know where I've been going when I say I have group projects?" he asked. "University library, with your friends." "I lied," Omar answered. "Like you. I work at a cafe on Rainbow Street since last semester, as a barista, making coffee for people who spend more in 1 hour than we see in a week." Tariq stared. "Working? I dropped courses to work more," Omar said. "That's why I'm still in 4th year. All my friends graduated last June." He gave a bitter half laugh. "Congratulations, your son is a part-time student, full-time liar." The words punched the air from Tariq's lungs. "You dropped? Why?" "Because we couldn't pay my fees," Omar said. "Because you lost your job 14 months ago and our savings ran out after 8. Because Mama started selling more pickles and calling it a hobby. Because the electricity company sent warnings. Because rent comes like the moon. Because—" his voice softened. "Because I'm your son." "You should have told me," Tariq said weakly. "And you should have told me," shot back, "that you weren't on a site, that your feet are numb, that your sugar is out of control." He sucked in a breath. "We're Al-Rashidis. We say ma fi mushkila until we're lying on a stairwell." Silence closed in for a moment, heavier than any box. "Why did you keep following me?" Tariq asked at last. "Because you were disappearing," Omar said. "Every day you came home a little less. You'd sit and stare at that hotel photo like it owed you your life back. Every time I asked, which company, which engineer, you changed the subject. Mama's eyes have hollows now. Lena jokes, but she's not blind. I was angry, scared. I didn't know what to do except watch. Tariq's throat burned. You think I wanted this? He said suddenly, words tumbling. You think I enjoy lying? Taking pay and envelopes like some teenager? I built buildings. I signed safety reports. Men called me Mohendas, even though I never studied. I put food on this table 25 years. When the company said, "We're cutting staff, Abu Omar, we're sorry," it felt like a sledgehammer in my chest. His hand curled, then forced itself open. I am a man, he said, softer. A father, a husband. My job is to provide. When I couldn't, I didn't know who I was. So you decided, Omar said quietly, you'd rather break your body than your pride. Tariq flinched. I decided, he said, that I would not come home empty-handed, even with 7 dinars, even if my feet bled, even if I had to invent engineers. I thought, if I can just make it through Ramadan, just until Eid, maybe a contract will come. Maybe I'll fix it before you ever know. And if you died on these stairs today, Omar asked, voice flat, we'd know then, reading it on your death certificate. He shook his head. This is not tawakkul. This is arrogance. With Allah, with us. You didn't tie any camel, Baba. You walked into the desert and said, Allah will send water. The Imam's words struck again. Do not be arrogant with Allah. I was afraid, Tariq said, and now the admission tore its way out. Afraid if I said, I can't find work, you'd look at me differently. That Hanan would see a guest, not a husband. That Lena would pity me. Pity you? Omar choked. Baba, you're the only man I've ever wanted to be. One lost job doesn't erase 30 years. Tariq blinked through the sting in his eyes. You dropped courses for us, he repeated slowly. For us, Omar said. I thought, if I carry some weight, you can look for something better than this. He glanced at the abandoned backpack. Instead, you tried to carry everything alone. So did I, and look where it put us.
The stair under them felt suddenly very real, very hard. I am sorry, Tariq said at last. The words were small but heavy. For lying. For not trusting you. For this. Omar's shoulder sagged. I'm sorry too, he said. For lying. For hiding work. For thinking I could fix everything alone. Tariq drew breath. It went deeper than any in weeks. I can't walk like this every day anymore, he said quietly. My body won't let me. Maybe that's my camel. Knowing my limits. Omar nodded, relief plain. We'll talk to you, Khalil, he said. Maybe there's other work. Driving. Organizing. And even if there isn't, we'll figure it out. Together. He gave a short laugh. Radical idea. Your son helping without your pride sitting in a third chair. A faint smile tugged at Tariq's mouth. Radical. He agreed. And we're going to the doctor. Omar added. Dr. Nasser. This week. Tariq opened his mouth to argue, then closed it. Okay, he said. Enough dying on stairs. For one Ramadan. Omar stared, surprised by the ease. Okay? He repeated. Okay. Tariq said again. They rose. Slow. Omar took the backpack, grunted at the weight. This is heavy, he complained. Careful, Tariq said, You'll hurt your barista hands. They're stronger than they look, Omar muttered, shifting the straps again. At the street, they flagged a taxi. You okay, Hamo? The driver asked, eyeing Tariq in the mirror. I will be, Tariq replied. Inshallah. Omar glanced at him. Baba, no more lying at home. Agreed? Tariq watched the city slide by. Shops, kids, hills. Agreed, he said. The word felt like another kind of weight. But liar.
The next days did not become magically easy. Bills still came. Job offers did not fall from the sky. But inside the Al-Rashidi apartment, something in the air shifted. On day 21, after Al-Fajr, Tariq sat at the kitchen table with Hanan. The blue plastic folder of bills lay open between them. The white envelope from Khalil sat in the middle, open for once. You're working for a charity, Hanan said. Not a question. Yes, Tariq answered. Delivering food, for pay, not volunteering. He met her eyes. I should have told you from the first day. She studied him in silence. In her gaze, no drama, just knowledge. I guessed, she said at last. Your clothes smelled more like kitchens than cement. You came home with people's stories on your face, not dust. And you hid those envelopes like a teenager hiding sweets. He winced. Why didn't you say anything? She sighed. Because you are you. If I pressed, you'd dig deeper. I was waiting for you to trust me again. Her words slid under his ribs. I'm sorry, he said. The apology came easier this time, for not trusting. She reached over, placed her hand on his, warm, calloused. You carried us a long time, she said softly. Let us carry you a little now. He looked at their joined hands, the lines and scars of years. I don't know how, he admitted. To be carried. Learn, she said, like we learn to walk beside you. On day 22, he sat in Dr. Nasser's small clinic, the familiar smell of antiseptic and old newspapers. Finally, Dr. Nasser said, looping the blood pressure cuff around his arm. I thought you ran away to Aqaba to become a fisherman. Deliveries, Tariq said. Too many stairs. You're not 25, the doctor replied. You're a diabetic with high blood pressure who treats pride like a vitamin. He adjusted medications, frowned at Tariq's charts. Alternate days of fasting only, he ordered. No more. Allah gave you rukhsa. If you ignore it, that's not piety, that's suicide. On day 23, during Tarawih, verses about mercy and burden and trust landed differently. Allah does not burden a soul beyond what it can bear. The words sunk into the places pride had occupied. On day 25, at the warehouse, Khalil pulled him aside. I talked to the board, Khalil said. We need a part-time driver after aid, someone to deliver to areas outside Amman, manage routes, organize volunteers. Not foreman money, but a proper salary. No more envelopes, no more 15,000 steps a day. I thought of you. Driving? Organizing? Tariq repeated. You know the city, the people. And you actually show up on time, Khalil grunned. Important condition. How much? Tariq asked. Khalil named a modest, steady number. Think about it, he said. Talk to your family. And this time, tie your camel, Abu Omar. Tariq found himself laughing, a real laugh. I will, inshallah. That night, Munsef filled the apartment with the smell of yogurt and lamb, a feast paid for by careful envelopes and Omar's cafe wages. Driver? Hanan repeated, smile touching her eyes. Part-time, Tariq said, after Eid. He turned to Omar. You will finish your degree. Inshallah, Omar said. I spoke to the dean. I can add back some courses. It will take an extra term, but, he shrugged, I'm not in a race. We are,
Lena said, pointing with her fork. I want to say my brother the engineer, not my brother the coffee artist. Barista, Omar corrected. Whatever, just buy me cake when you're rich, she said. They laughed, this time without the thin edge of panic. On the 27th night, Tariq fasted, with Dr. Nasser's cautious blessing. He spent the last 10 nights not only walking, but also sitting. In the mosque, under the Quran, on the balcony with Lena, who spoke of art school, and everyone telling her there's no rizq in drawing. Rizq is from Allah, he heard himself say, not from degrees. Tie your camel, then trust. Maybe your camel holds a paintbrush. She lit up at the image. He said it, and felt for the first time that he believed it.
Eid morning came, pale and cool over the hills. The takbirat rose in the pre-dawn, weaving through narrow streets. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, La ilaha illallah. Tariq stood by the door, buttoning the cuff of his cleanest shirt. Hanan fussed with his collar. You look good, she said, searching. Less dead. Lena's opinion, he said. She says we all looked like ghosts. It's true, Lena called, spinning in her new dress. Now you're half ghost. Progress. Omar emerged, shirt pressed, hair combed. Ready, Baba? He asked. Tariq reached for his usual backpack, then stopped. There was none waiting today. Just his keys, his wallet, his family. Ready, he said. The 3 flights down felt different now. His knees still ached, but Omar walked beside him. Lena bounced ahead, then back. The stairwell, so often a private battlefield, was suddenly shared. On the street, men in crisp thobes and shirts moved toward the mosque. Children clacked in stiff new shoes. They joined the river of people. As they walked, Omar shifted half a step ahead, then glanced back with a grin. Yalla, Baba, the Imam will start without us. I'm coming, Tariq answered. He did not hurry. Each step was deliberate. The ground felt solid. The minaret rose before them, simple, familiar. He glanced at his son, shoulders looser now, like some invisible weight had shifted. He thought of the 15,000 steps a day he had walked alone, hills that didn't care, stairs that finally refused. He thought of one sentence whispered to concrete, I can't carry this anymore, and the way Allah had answered, not by shaming him, but by sending his son to that very stair. They reached the mosque courtyard. The takbir swelled. Tariq joined in, the words sitting easier on his tongue. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, La ilaha illallah. He walked in beside Omar. No backpack, no hidden envelope, no secret job. Just an open truth, an aching body, a family that now knew the weight he carried and was willing to carry it with him. 15,000 steps had been distance. This short walk, with nothing on his back but cloth, and nothing in his heart but a quieter kind of hope, this felt like something else. Not escape, not heroism. Just the first real step of tawakkul. The first step that finally felt like enough. You've been listening to Ramadan Miracles, a Noorsign Books original. And so Tariq's journey through 15,000 steps comes to an end. Not with a miraculous job offer or a sudden fortune, but with something quieter and deeper. A family that learned to carry each other. The stairs that broke his body became the place where his pride finally cracked open, letting the light in. Sometimes the greatest tawakkul is not climbing alone, but knowing when to stop and let those who love you walk beside you. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss the next miracle. Visit noorsignbooks.com to join our community and get the full collection. Jazakumullah khairan.